Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm excited to take you on a journey into the life of one of the most compelling, strong, and human characters in Berserk, Casca. Right now, as this video begins, you can see a simple pencil sketch appearing on the screen. It's just a few lines on paper, but this little drawing is meant to capture the spirit of Casca, the courage, the heart, and the resilience that define her. By the end of this story, that sketch will feel like it's come alive, just as her story has over the years. Casca stands out in Berserk for so many reasons. When people think of the series, names like Guts or Griffith immediately come to mind, and of course, they are central to the story. But Casca? She is just as vital, if not more in some ways. She is a living balance of strength and vulnerability, toughness and tenderness, a warrior and a human being at the same time. That mix makes her incredibly relatable, even in a world as harsh and merciless as Berserk. Her early life wasn't easy. Casca didn't grow up with comfort or privilege. She was shaped by hardship from a very young age, and those challenges forged her willpower, her independence, and her fierce sense of self. In a society and world where women were often pushed into the background, she chose a different path. She picked up a sword, donned armor, and stepped into a life that constantly tested her limits. Casca refused to be defined by the restrictions others tried to place on her. She would carve her own path, blade in hand, and fight her way to a place of respect and influence. One of the pivotal moments in her journey was joining the Band of the Hawk. At first, it wasn't easy. A woman among seasoned mercenaries drew skepticism and doubt. Many didn't take her seriously, thinking she might crumble under the weight of battle. But Casca had determination, skill, and courage that couldn't be denied. Over time, she earned her place not just as a competent soldier, but as someone indispensable to the group. She fought alongside her comrades, led when needed, and became a figure that others trusted and looked up to. The Band of the Hawk wasn't just a military unit for Casca, it became her family, her home in a world full of war and uncertainty. Casca's strength on the battlefield wasn't about raw size or sheer power. She didn't need to be the biggest warrior. Her speed, skill, and unwavering courage set her apart. Each swing of her sword was more than a strike. It was a statement of will, of determination, and of loyalty to the people she fought beside. Her bravery inspired those around her. She didn't demand respect. She earned it through action, through leadership, and through the example she set for others. Without spoiling anything, it's important to acknowledge Casca's bond with Griffith. He wasn't just a commander to her, he was a figure who gave her purpose, someone whose charisma and vision inspired her. That connection brought both motivation and challenges. It wasn't a simple relationship of admiration. It was layered, complicated, and deeply human. It tested her loyalties, shaped her decisions, and influenced the way she saw herself within the Band of the Hawk. And then there was Guts. Their first interactions weren't exactly smooth. Guts was brash, confident, and unlike anyone Casca had ever met. Their personalities clashed. She was disciplined, loyal, and strategic, while he was bold, independent, and unpredictable. But over time, their relationship evolved. They learned from each other, challenged each other, and grew together. What began as rivalry slowly became something more profound, showing Casca's capacity for trust, understanding, and human connection in a world filled with darkness. Casca's role in Berserk goes far beyond just being a soldier. She represents something rare, true feminine strength in a world dominated by men and war. She wasn't perfect or invincible. She struggled, she doubted herself, and yet she kept moving forward. That resilience, that ability to continue despite fear or uncertainty, is what makes her a character worth celebrating. Fans see her as a beacon, someone who proves that courage isn't only about muscles or swords, it's about heart, perseverance, and integrity. What makes Casca unforgettable are the contradictions within her. She could be fearless in the chaos of battle, but conflicted and introspective in private moments. She was loyal to her comrades, but wrestled with her own feelings. She could lead, yet she still faced insecurities that humanized her. These contradictions make her real. She isn't a one-dimensional warrior. She's a human navigating a brutal, unrelenting world, showing us that even in darkness, people can shine. Within the Band of the Hawk, Casca's role was essential. If Griffith was the brain of the group and Guts the arm, Casca was undeniably the heart. She cared deeply about the people around her. She held the team together when tensions ran high and reminded others of their humanity when war threatened to strip it away. She wasn't just another member, she was the glue, the spirit that kept the band alive and cohesive. At her core, Casca embodies resilience, loyalty, and humanity. She reminds us that strength isn't just about the battlefield or the sword, it's about the courage to keep going, the compassion to connect with others, and the determination to live by your own choices. Even in a world steeped in darkness, Casca's journey is proof that light can exist, that strength can coexist with vulnerability, and that hope can persist in the face of adversity. As we finish the sketch I started at the beginning of this video, Casca's face now stares back from the page. It's a face that tells a story strong yet human, determined yet vulnerable. The lines capture a life shaped by struggle, loyalty, and courage. That pencil sketch is more than an image, it's a representation of a spirit that refuses to be forgotten. Thank you for joining me on this journey through Casca's life.